We are doing the numerology and the astrology for October 23rd, 2020. Thank you for joining me. I'm Suzanne Wagner. I do these on a daily basis. You can find these on my blog, on Facebook, and lots of other places if you are looking at YouTube, obviously. So anyway, the astrology and numerology for today. We'll start with the numerology. The numerology, if you add all those numbers together, you're going to get the number 10. The 10 is the number of power and radiance and influence. It's probably really good because I've been hearing how incredibly exhausted everybody is and how incredibly stressed everyone is. So it's kind of nice when we hit a power day that you kind of feel some energy kind of come back into the system. So the power of your potential is in the palm of your hand if you are willing to grasp what is yours firmly and assertively. That feeling of confidence is that radiance moving out of your body and into the world. Power is not about how you can use people, but about what you can do for the people with your power. The astrology today. The moon starts out in the grounded and practical sign of Capricorn, but moves into friendly, innovative, forward-pacing Aquarius early Friday and through Saturday. Do something out of your normal routine. It's an Aquarius favorite thing. It's a little bit of a rebel. So, be a little bit of a rebel for you, safely, consciously, and constructively. Those are my mottos. The sun squares the moon in Aquarius, and while one side of you wants to get going, another side of you feels it's imperative to manage the ongoing tension. While you may want to move, it will seem as if obstacles are arising at inopportune times. Expect frustration and irritation to follow you around today. Remember to breathe. There is a Moon-Mercury square, meaning that you can expect to say exactly the wrong thing, no matter how much you try to adjust and contemplate before you speak. Perhaps not saying anything is the right move. Sometimes, you have to let people be on their path. Sometimes you have to let people figure it out for themselves. Sometimes they don't want your feedback. Sometimes you have to give each other enough rope to hang themselves because that's when they're going to notice it. Know that there are unusual things coming your way and you will need to be unconventional in your approach. And that's going to continue as we go more and more and more into Aquarius. More and more change is going to happen. More and more unconventionality is going to happen. And so we're all going to have to go from this crazy toxic standstill to a gung-ho, forward-pacing, scientific, innovative, change the world place, which will feel better, but it's actually going to be a lot of work. Okay, my quote for today. Power is not about how you can use people, but about what you can do for the people with your power. My blog for today. The theme I keep hearing from so many is exhaustion. This reality has taken a toll on so much within each of us over the past many years. I am sure that in my 60 years, I have personally not lived through such a moment as this. Yesterday, I told a client that I am grateful for the many spiritual gifts and tools I have been given because in these years, I have used every single one of them repeatedly. Not one tool worked all the time, but all of them together have kept the wolves at bay. I know everyone is so deeply tired. I know everyone is working harder than they have ever before. I know that everyone is attempting to stay realistic while they are praying for relief from the onslaught of negativity and corruption that plagues our society. I know that we all long for a world where truth, acceptance, and compassion are the leading emotions and expressions of our culture. I know that such moments as this need to happen so we realize who we are, what we are about, and to be willing to stand for what is right and force a massive shift in consciousness. And I remind each of us that the human world for thousands of years has been brutal, dangerous, selfish, and despicable at certain times. And we have probably lived through worse things than this in past lives. And our ancestors have also lived through worse things than this. So within our DNA and our memories, there are tools of resilience that will allow us to make it through this maze of corruption and toxicity. You must remain true to the principles of your core. You must become a walking embodiment of those principles. Your breath as you move through, your words as you move through, are the prayer of the potential for humankind. All of us have been tested. All of us have succeeded and failed in moments. All of us deserve a rest. All of us want the misery to stop. Those that are in so much pain that they cannot see the suffering they inflict have another, more difficult path to follow. And you cannot walk their path for them. Remember, you are not alone. Remember, you have so much left to offer this world. Remember that this moment is only a blink in time in the eye of God. Suffering is a concept perpetuated by man. Karma is a consequence of that exchange of suffering. Compassion arises as the hearts are broken open in truth. And thus, attachment to illusion falls away, revealing an awakened mind. Thanks, everyone.